Hello Hardy Planters, it's National Chef Steve Bustin. Welcome back to my garden in Brighton and welcome to September. Hopefully you've had a bit of rain. We've certainly had some rain today, which actually the garden desperately needed. So various things coming up this month. Probably uppermost in a lot of people's minds after all the discussion recently is our annual lecture day and AGM coming up in a couple of weeks' time on the 13th. Ticket sales for the annual lecture day have now closed, but we are looking at ways of making the AGM element of the day available online, probably on Zoom. We're just looking at the technical side of it because we have to make sure that everybody who has the link is a member and things. So there are just some legal and technical things we need to get sorted, but we will come out to you with details about how that will work very shortly. And you'll be able to vote on that as well. If you haven't seen the AGM papers, they were emailed out a week or so ago. So do check your inbox if you wanted to catch up on those. Couple of volunteer requests. Saul Walker and Helen Brown have decided to step away from their job share role as shows and events post holders. So we're looking for somebody who might be interested to take that on. It's a really fascinating role, and it's where you are able to support a lot of our local groups and special interest groups at exhibiting at flower shows, everything from Chelsea down to some of the smaller local shows. Great way to tell the world about the Hardy Plant Society. If you'd be interested in more details, drop me an email, chair@hardy-plant.org.uk, and be happy to have a chat with you about that. We're also still looking for somebody to take on the marketing post holders role. This has been vacant for a few months now, so it means we're not really proactively putting the word out there about the society, which is a real shame, because obviously it's one of the ways that we drive new members into both the National Society but also into the local and special interest groups. Again, if you'd be interested in finding out a bit more about that, please do get in touch. If you watched the long video that I sent out a week or so ago about the subs increase and the change in the proposal, you would have heard me mention the journal and the fact that it's changing, and I think it's changing for the better. We're going to be able to take the journal to 3 times a year. We know a lot of people love the content that they get in the journal. It's a real specialist publication, and I know a lot of people really enjoy reading it. So we're going to merge the journal and Seedlings, our newsletter, to make one publication, but it'll come out 3 times a year. So you'll actually get an extra edition every year. The first edition won't be out until probably mid-November, maybe even late November, because it's going to wait for the seed distribution list, which we know is a highlight of the year for a lot of people who want to be able to get hold of those really interesting and unusual seeds they've been looking for. Talking of the seed distribution service, the deadline for submitting your seeds to the distribution service is the 24th of October, so you've got a few weeks. But now is the time to be saving those seeds. Make sure you're looking for those seeds that are starting to ripen, drying out, and collect them on a dry day. So for example, I've been keeping an eye on this Mina lobata behind me. Too wet today to collect seed, and actually it's still in full flower. So but in a few weeks' time, I will certainly be collecting seed from that. Another date for those of you who are coordinators in the conservation scheme. You've got an event on the 17th of September and the Plant Exchange. If you're not familiar with the conservation scheme, do go and look it up on the Hardy Plant website. We'll put the link with this video. It's an amazing resource for you to be able to help to preserve great garden plants. It means you can also access some really great, really unusual and rare garden plants as well. It's a really, really interesting membership benefit. Please do check it out and get involved. Make the most of that. I'm just checking my little list. That's my autocue, which is taped, a piece of paper taped to the phone, just to check I've covered everything I need to cover. Yes, I think that's all of it. So I look forward to seeing a lot of you at the annual lecture day and AGM in a couple of weeks' time, and some of you on Zoom for that event as well. Otherwise, we will see you in October.